Mike Vrabel was just fired by the Tennessee Titans, and honestly, I am doing this video completely unprompted. I was not expecting this news to happen today. I was expecting to wait for a little while on this to see if they would pick Vrabel or if they would go with their new guy that's the GM. Like Mike Vrabel's gone, y'all. He's done. And here's the thing. People have been asking, hey, Michael, what's your opinion on this? I think it was a good idea. Now, hold up. Before you grab your pitchforks and knives and tell me that I'm stupid and Mike Vrabel was a great head coach and that he was the reason that we even had all of this turnaround and whatnot, I completely 100% agree. Need to put this Xbox 360 controller down on the ground, but I 100% agree with you. Mike Vrabel was the reason that our culture changed. He was a really good coach, and like he was also probably the reason that the Titans have actually turned around. But here is the truth. Like the reasoning behind why we let go of Vrabel extends far beyond football. Let me tell you that much. Like, it's not that he was a bad coach and that he would do bad things. It's the fact that he had this big ego, and combine that with the fact that like he what's the word that I'm searching for? Um he was he was a management cancer. He was absolute. He was horrible to Rand Carthen. I mean, horrible. They were constantly butting heads. Like, I'm not an insider. This is just what I've heard from like Schefter, Rossini, and Rap Sheet. But like, from what I've heard, Vrabel was just absolutely horrible to Rand Carthen because it's not the guy that he wanted. So that part of it is on Amy Adams Strunk. I'll say that, but like the but Vrabel could have just chosen, hey, I know that you're not the guy that I wanted the team to hire, but let's at least try and make this work. Let's at least try and work this out. Like, let's at least try to get along. But nope, Vrabel wasn't having any of that. Instead, he decided after the season was over, he was going to be over here talking to he was going to go up to Amy Adams Strunk and suggest that they create a completely different job for someone else to do, to look over Vrabel and Rand Carthen for whenever Rand Carthen and Mike Vrabel get into arguments, so that way he can go whining to him. Like, that's ridiculous. You don't do that. Like, I get it. You've done a lot for the franchise. 100%. Fair enough. But if you think that you're just going to walk into the owner's office and be like, we need to create a completely new position for the staff of the Tennessee Titans, you are not you. I don't care if you're Bill Belichick or Andy Reid, you are not getting that through. That's just the 100% truth, all right? Now, and I stand with Rand Carthen on this. Rand Carthen has been very, like, he had one offseason, and in that offseason, he did some amazing things. He went on to draft Tajay Spears, Will Levis, and Peter Skronsky. 3 dudes that are probably going to end up being building steps for the Titans to get back into Super Bowl contention area. And wait, hold up. Before I keep on going, yes, John Robinson is a big part. I was telling people this. John Robinson is going to be a big part of why Vrabel gets fired. And here I am, because he hasn't been great over the past few years. And from what I'm starting to tell is that Vrabel probably got everything that he wanted from John Robinson. If he wanted an AJ Brown out there, boom, gone. If he wanted to go draft Isaiah Wilson, boom, done. Like, from what I can, like, again, most of this is speculation. I want to clarify that so much right now because I am not like 100% sure on all of these things. But from what I can tell, it seems like that John Robinson let Vrabel have his way and then he lost his job because of it. Like, John Robinson is a big part of why Vrabel got fired. But anyway, as I was saying, if I can remember, because that was a pretty big rant. Let me think. Rand Carthen in the first offseason was able to immediately clean up some of the stuff that Rand Carthen did wrong. He went out, he drafted 3 dudes that are going to be contributing for the Titans for the next years, maybe even 4. Josh Wiley could end up being the second tight end that combos with Chig. Then he goes into free agency. He spends lottery tickets, but he gets Daniel Brunskill, Sean Murphy Bunting, and Azeez Al-Shaair. Azeez Al-Shaair had the most tackles this season in Tennessee Titans history. Like, there, and then combine that with the fact that Nicholas Petit-Frere gets suspended for gambling. And he's able to work through that. He goes and gets Chris Hubbard, who for like the first 9 weeks of the season, before injuries started stacking up on him, and before he started to actually age, was looking like one of the top half right tackles in the NFL. Like, okay, we can't obviously just keep on saying this and being like, oh, Rand Carthen's offseason was perfect, because it wasn't. I mean, all that he was doing was it was like lottery. Like Tyler Rowland from Locked On Titans says, it was basically lottery tickets this year. Like Rand Carthen was using lottery tickets towards like Andre Dillard, who we thought could have ended up being good, but ended up absolutely being garbage. He spent one on Arden Key, who he has his flaws, but he's a very solid rotational player. Like, is that all he'll ever be? Sure, but he is a very solid person to put into the rotation. And let me try and think. There was someone else that he signed that was a little questionable. Who was it? Oh yeah, Luke Gifford didn't even play at all. Like, I know that he's a special teams dude, but like that was a little bit of a whiff. But anyway, apart from that, let's talk about the Kevin Byard trade too. Like, dude traded away Kevin Byard. Kevin Byard goes on to not play too great in Philadelphia, and Rand Carthen gets some picks and a depth piece at safety. Like, that's genius. Like, it's wild that, Rand Carthen was, like, he looks like he could be a great GM for the Titans, and I'm really hoping that that continues, because if he hires the wrong dude, he's out. Like, and I think now that I'm done with talking about why I'm on Rand Carthen's side instead of Mike Vrabel's side on this thing, I want to talk about now who that was a lot of air going into one mic. Who's the best person for the job next year? My personal opinion, give me Bobby Slowick, baby. Bobby Slowick. Offensive coordinator from Houston. Dude was able to take a rookie quarterback, mediocre offensive line, meh receiving core, and 2 very mid running backs. I know that Dameon Pierce had that good year last year, but he was given the Kobe Bryant, the last game Kobe Bryant treatment. He was given the ball a lot. So, like, he took that offense and made them one of the best in the league, and made CJ Stroud look like he's the next great quarterback, which he probably is, don't get me wrong. But, like, he was able to take that and make it look 10 times better than it may have actually ended up being. Like, I'm telling you, that is the guy. And obviously, in my wildest dreams, I'm dreaming of Jim Harbaugh, but that's obviously not going to happen. And there's also Ben Johnson. I think he's a little overhyped, personally. I like Dallas's offensive coordinator. I know that's a little bit of a hot take, but like, something changed with that offense whenever he came in. I know that McCarthy has the play calling duties, but like something like changed with Dak Prescott. And I also like there's one more dude that I like. I like both of the Lions coordinators. If we go get their defensive coordinator, he's still a player friendly dude, so that would work too. So yeah, that's basically every coach that I would want. But anyway, so My overall thoughts on the Ran Carthen firing Mike Vrabel. Overall, I think it's a great move, just because of the bad chemistry that they shared, and Mike Vrabel being an absolute baby about not having his way completely. But I guess that's all I gotta say. This video was a little longer than I was expecting it to be, but that's gonna do it all for me. I love y'all. Tighten up.